Welcome to The Planet Forward with Preetha. Conversations for a greener future. The place where we ignite discussions and uncover innovations driving us towards sustainability. Every episode, join your host Preetha as we explore the stories, ideas, and pioneers making a real difference in our world. Get ready to be inspired, learn, and be a part of the change that propels us forward to a greener tomorrow.
Today on Planet Forward with Preetha, Conversations for a Greener Future, we have the immense pleasure of welcoming a true luminary in the world of sustainable packaging and processing, Mr. Anil Choubey. Recently appointed as the global chairperson of the Global Alliance for Packaging and Processing, Anil's nomination reflects his unparalleled contributions and visionary leadership in fostering sustainability within the industry. With a career spanning over 2 decades, Anil has emerged as a Global Sustainability Awards winner in 2023, recognized for his pioneering work in sustainable plastics, food, and non food packaging. His philosophy that honesty is the best policy underpins a career dedicated to advancing technology and sustainability practices across a wide array of packaging processes, from multi-layer flexible packaging to advanced printing technologies. Anil's expertise has propelled significant advancements and efficiencies within the sector. Anil's role has transcended the operational, venturing into strategic procurement, cost optimization, and fostering sustainable development. His advisory work with giants like PepsiCo, RB, Henkel, and Donaldson underscores his capacity to drive transformative business solutions aligned with sustainability goals. Today, Anil joins us to share insights from his illustrious journey, delving into the innovations and challenges of sustainable packaging and processing, and the future of the industry in harmony with our planet. It's an honor to have him with me today to explore how his work is reshaping the landscape of packaging and processing for a sustainable future. Welcome to the podcast, Anil. I'm looking forward to an inspiring conversation.
Thank you so much, Preetha. Thanks for this wonderful introduction. And I'm really thankful to the Planet Forward, and I'm looking forward to your questions. And I am sure that I am able to answer those questions during this conversation. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Anil. So, the first question I have for you today is around packaging sustainability. So, can you elaborate on the key requirements for achieving sustainability in packaging, and what are some of the biggest challenges companies face in this area? How does consumer awareness and demand influence the push towards more sustainable packaging solutions?
Yes, Preetha, thanks for this wonderful question. Actually, sustainability is something which is a need of ours, and everybody is looking for this kind of solution, whether it's a packaging industry or whether it's food and non-food industry also. So the packaging play a vital role in terms of the handling of this product. At the
Yeah,
end of the execution of this project, anybody can see the packaging is representing their company product in the market. Whatever
absolutely.
packed inside is not value at the beginning. The first impression is coming through the packaging. Now,
Yes,
being a packaging expert, I feel that any consumer who is moving to a supermarket, they hardly take 2 to 3 seconds to decide what to buy, what not to buy. It's all
yes,
because of the packaging. So, brand visibility and the packaging design, packaging innovation, everything play a vital role into the packaging visibility in terms of the system. But the best thing which I understand is that whenever somebody is looking for something, they should understand that what is the impact going to happen in the planet. That's a
yes,
priority for each individual who is part of this planet. If we don't care about the planet and we just do whatever we want to do, then it will definitely affect the whole society. And we are part of society and we are human beings, so we need to care about the society.
yes,
Sustainability is something like that. Sustainability means you should use something in such a way so that it will not give any inverse impact to the environment. you should always think about environment before you deciding your packaging, your production, whatever things you are handling in your society. So this is something which I really loved, and I really learned during my work profile. And I feel that sustainability is something we have to really look for in each and everything, even our daily life also. It's a basic need that we should go through such things which is sustainable, which is not affecting the environment. Whether you are using anything in your grocery things, you should take care of your environment when you are trying to buy something from the supermarket. So similarly, the sustainable packaging, it all about the awareness, the kind of consumer demand which is happening in current scenario. Everybody is looking for something sustainable. They are not thinking that we will buy something and then we have to store it somewhere and then we have to just dispose it off. But you know that disposing something in the environment, it means you're harming, you're damaging your environmental conditions, you know.
Exactly. Yes, you're right.
And if you are a family member, you should think about your kids future. If you are a parents, you should think about how you have grown with the same environment, how your next generation will take the advantage of the good thing which you have done in terms of sustainability. So there the packaging play a good role, because a lot of company, whether it's food, beverage industry, non-food, pharma industry, everything, if you see that most of the thing is taken care by the packaging. So
Yes,
whether
100%.
packaging comes in the primary farm, secondary farm, or tertiary farm, they all are part of the packaging which transfer the finished good to one place to another place, whether it's the distribution depots, whether it's a different country supply chain requirement, whatever, or whether it's by sea shipment requirement. So if you are taking care of the packaging in a right way, if you are choosing the right substrate of the packaging, so that it will take care of your product, at the same time it will also take care of the environment, which is your
Yes.
basic need, and which is your basic responsibility actually. Because you are an industrialist, but you don't know that in future the same thing which is going to affect 2 or 3 generation of the environment, which is going to happen in future, because now lot of carbon emissions are happening because of the industrial pollution, because of the different type of packaging material use, or use of such material which is not decomposable in the environment.
Yes, that's correct.
Considering biodegradable material or something which is came from the plant, like plant based packaging material, those are helpful in developing such a thing. Then there are sort of packaging material which is like a sort of plastic which you can use in a multiple form. You can produce something, then you can reprocess it and reuse it again. So it
Okay.
means you are circulating. That's a coming in the form of circular economy, and it is going to overcome the circular economy challenges. So you have to understand those importance, and you have to work on it.
So
So
wonderfully said. I'm really, happy to hear that. In a way, you're saying it's our own responsibility, right?
yeah,
Every human on this earth, we have a responsibility to ensure that we are not harming our planet, especially
right,
for our children, our future generations. And
right,
to what you rightfully said, right? Any product we buy, irrespective of, it's our food or it's your clothing or day-to-day electronics that we use, it all comes in some form of packaging. And packaging plays a very important role. And you rightfully said, right, these days everything is very attractive. If the packaging is attractive, irrespective of the product inside, people go and buy it. So it needs to be attractive, it needs to convey the message of the product that is inside. However, it also needs to be very, very carefully chosen, that the material that they are using for making the packaging is not impacting this planet. So I like the way you articulated so well, and how you said how, what are the different ways it can be impacting the circular economy as well. So I think it's a great segue into the next question I have for you, is on circular economy. So in the context of a circular economy, what role does packaging play in addressing current economic challenges? How can companies pivot to meet these needs effectively? Could you share examples of successful packaging initiatives that have significantly contributed to circular economy principles?
Pritha, if I talk about circular economy, definitely it's a big subject, and there are a lot of challenges happening in future as well. You will see a lot of things is going to happen, but the challenges is that the requirement is not made by the producer. Like the packaging producer has a limitations. They
Yeah.
cannot provide such type of packaging which is bio decomposable. You can throw those packaging in the environment, it will decompose like that. It's very difficult now, but there are certain company who came up with certain solution. Like recently I have seen one shopping bag which is made of the yucca, which is the plant-based packaging. So you can
Oh,
dilute it in
wow.
the water. If you put a small piece in the glass of water, it will dissolve in the water and it will disappear in the water. So those kind of
Wow.
packaging initiatives are happening,
So
and
what
some
is it
people
made of it, Anil? Can you please tell me what is it made? Yucca, the
are.
tapioca.
Yes, 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 yes. It's made
Oh,
of.
okay. So the skin of the tapioca is taken
Yes,
to
yes.
make a bag.
Yeah, yeah. That they are making shopping bag, and it's happening in Indonesia. And I have seen
Wow.
that it is well workable. There are a lot of shopping malls, they are using their packaging, and it's a really sustainable packaging. So whole shopping bag, if you want to dissolve in the glass of water, you can do that
So it's
without any
biodegradable and it is not
idea.
harmful to the environment
Yes.
also. Oh my God, that is phenomenal. I think that should go mainstream.
True. So those are the things, those are the initiative we have to see. Then there are a lot of things happen in India also. I've recently seen that there are a lot of plant-based things are growing. Like we have seen that banana plant and other plant skin they are using to make the carry bags, especially the fashionable carry bags for the ladies and other things.
Oh,
They
using the
have
banana fiber. Okay.
banana files, yeah. They also have certain things which they use like edible kind of things which is produced from the plant, and you can use them as a spoon or fork or like that in your house. But at the same time, you can eat them nicely without affecting anything.
Your
So those
health. So it's now
are
you don't need to dispose it. It is edible,
disposable. Yeah.
edible cutlery. Oh, nice, nice, very
So
nice.
things are growing in a right way, but still a lot of things need to do. When we are talk about the company like FMCG company, which have huge supply chains
Yeah.
and metric system in terms of sending one product to one location to another location, and individual depots and distribution center, and then to the retailer, and then to different part of the world. So those things require a lot of initiative in terms of packaging development, because if you consider just packaging to protect the product which is kept in the packaging, it is not just one thing, because food product has certain shelf life also. If you
Yes,
need
true.
certain shelf life like 12 months, 9 months, whatever, so if you don't choose the right packaging, then it will be difficult for you to take care of your product. So there they have to end up with the critical packaging solution, like multi-layer packaging, which has like layer of aluminum foil, layer of polymer, layer of other chemical and other things. So it's difficult to recycle. When you are failed to recycle such like lace packaging, those
Yeah, the
packaging
chips. Yeah,
yeah, you just need to throw them, but you cannot recycle them. It's a innovation things happening in India. Recently, they started using those waste into the road formation. They started building the roads using
using
those
those waste.
plastic.
Okay.
Yeah, but other than that, there no recycle, reuse, or reproduce kind of things happening with such packaging. So their consumer need to change their mindset, and they should have certain things so that the manufacturer can also come up with certain solution, because it's like win-win situation for the consumer as well as the producer. If the consumer try to change themselves, definitely the manufacturer will also bring certain solution which will not come in such kind of things like the laminate which they are using for lays, or other kind of packaging which require long shelf life kind of thing. So there are certain solution coming like that. The PP material, which is one of the best material in terms of the polymer, which has versatile nature. You can keep PP container in the microwave without any problem. You can keep
Okay.
this PP container in your freezer minus degree temperature without any issue. So it is very useful material. Now somebody need to understand the importance of this material and use it in a right way, in terms of handling of food products, in terms of handling of non-food product. So there are a lot of different type of film coming through PP. The BUPP is there, There are CPP is also there. It's all family of the same PP. So if
Okay.
they rightly use and rightly choose the substrate, then they can come up with the solution which can be recyclable and reusable. So it will not affect the environment.
If so, to what you said, right? There's tons of opportunity in the space, in the packaging space for innovation, right?
Innovation.
Like rightfully said, like the lace chips, that is something which widely consumed all over the world. People buy a
Right.
bag of chips, but if after they consume it, they throw it on the ground in the environment,
Yeah.
it's going to take years and years before it is completely biodegradable, or it is
Right.
completely disintegrated. So um, many opportunity in this world is around packaging, like you said, right? There's different materials can be invented, which can be used for packaging food products, so that their shelf life is not compromised, like you rightfully said, right? The food products has a very definitive timeline, and if we don't have the right packaging, which has a expiry date of 6 months, can become 2 months, and so the manufacturer stands to lose a lot of money, because they don't want to lose their input cost, how much they have inputted for manufacturing that particular product. On the other hand, how much of awareness is there for a common man that this kind of products what they're using is actually harmful for the earth? It's a that information is not out there, or even if it's there, I don't think the common man even understands what it is doing to the environment. So to what you said, there should be a balance or a tipping point wherein the consumer is forcing the manufacturers to change their habits. That
Habits.
needs to come, because when the consumer is refusing to buy a product which is packaged in non-sustainable packaging, then the manufacturer will be forced to come up with new innovative ways in which they have to package in order to make sales. So I guess awareness also needs to be there. The common man need to be taught what kind of harm they're causing to the environment in a long run, because of their ways of which they are buying their products, and the lack of information, or lack of mm, their interest in understanding what kind of impact they're creating to the environment. So I guess I love the way you said it. So I think more, I hope there's going to be more and more innovations in this space. We'll just hope for that. Moving on to the next question I have is something around recycling. Which types of packaging materials are most amendable to recycling and reuse, and how can industries innovate to increase this capacity? From your perspective, which type of packaging presents the most significant challenges for recycling, and what are the environmental impacts of these challenges?
I think I can start with the plastic, which is more concerned to each and everyone in the
Yeah,
planet.
yeah.
They feel that plastic waste is affecting the environment. Whether you talk about the beaches, which is full of plastic waste, or whether you talk about the cities, suburb area where the garbage is full of the plastic waste and all these things. So those kind of waste, we have to understand that why these waste are happening, why these things are happening in the world, because there was no awareness. The awareness is very important. The person who is selling this thing, if he takes certain initiative at the same time, the user also taking certain initiative, then everything will be summarized in a proper way, and then it will definitely go to a right direction, and it will be creating a win-win situation for both of them. I have an example. I learned this thing in 2012 when I was in Switzerland,
Okay.
and I was moving around the Lake Geneva, and then I was thinking to have something, and then I got a juice stall, and then I took this pineapple juice. So
Okay.
he said, "Okay, you can pay me 3 franc, but 2 franc is for the juice, 1 franc is the deposition for this container. So once you finish, you bring back to me." And
So
that
then
was something.
you'll get the
Yeah,
1 franc back. Oh, okay.
that was something interesting and clicking my mind, that how this awareness things can click each and every individual in the planet, and they can do a lot of things to protect our planet in the right way. So it's a end user's responsibility as well as the producer's responsibility. So when you talk about the plastic waste and plastic recycling, It's a big challenge. It's a one of the big supply chain process if you talk about the recycling, because you sold something in your country, and you sold something which is passing from your country to three or four other countries. Now, how
Yes.
you will recollect those waste and how you will recycle them? As a producer, if you have to recycle those waste, how you will recycle? You cannot put rake picker to pick those plastic waste which is gone to another country. You can only put some rake picker in your own country. So if you talk about end producers responsibility, which is EPR, which is the law of government in different part of the world, that everything whatever you produce through your system, you have to collect the same amount of the waste, reprocess it, recycle it, and reuse it. If you prove that you are doing that, then you are good for sustainability awareness. If you are not doing, the government put some fine or some other things to the companies like that. So this process, who will handle this rightly? Not only the company, the user also. If the user
Yes.
understand that where I have to throw this thing, if I am buying something in the supermarket, if I am aware that do I really need this shopping bag to carry this two stuff, or I can carry them in my hand, I
Or
need
they
to
can
see
bring
that.
their own shopping bag from home, a cloth bag.
Cloth bag. So there's a lot of solutions are there. Then returnable type of packaging is also there. You can use certain packaging which you can buy something, use them and return back to the same store. The store will transfer to the manufacturer. So there are certain things which is happening in the world. People are doing a lot of work in this. Even the young generation are trying to find certain solution. Like we are packing our beverages in the pallet wrap. So pallet goes from one state to another state, 1,000 or 2,000 kilometer away, but they come back in our transport.
Yes.
How it
Yeah.
it is coming back? If the pallet can come back, then it means we can do other thing also together like that. So we have to see, like you are using a water bottle. Every time you need to see whether you really need to use water bottle, or you can just have some container with you, or you can just get it from the source and then use it like that.
Yeah,
So
you don't need to use a plastic water bottle. You
last
can
thing.
use your
Yeah.
own bottle and refill and use it. Yeah, you're absolutely right. So you specifically mentioned about the supply chain, right? Wherein you're saying like if you're packaging a product, in this instance, since you're based out in Africa, let's
Yeah.
say a product which was manufactured in India is being shipped to Africa. So it crossed borders and it's come. So there is no way that the companies can get back the packaging because it's left the jurisdiction or it's in a different country. But you also mentioned about the pallets, which goes back to the source. So
So
why is it that the packaging cannot go back? Is there a way that things can be enforced if there is a supply chain which goes into a complete circular economy to what you
yeah,
said, wherein you're making sure that the pallet is going back to the source from where it was shipped? Along with that, why can't the packaging material also go back? So
yeah,
that
that's very good question, and I think it can be done if we work jointly. It's not like as I said, it's not like one part of the game. It's like the player who is there in the game. They all need to understand. The user need to understand. The supply chain part is also need to understand that how we can recollect these things. If EPR system is there, the EPR is working on the same kind of concept. What you are
yeah.
doing, like using one ton of material in our food product packaging, what will happen after a certain time period? I have to recollect those 1 ton material. Either it is from my company or it is from X, Y, or Z company. We don't care, but the total value should be 1 ton. The recovered material should be 1 ton. Then I will reprocess it, regenerate the packaging, and reuse that. So if that thing is happening, then why not your own product,
It,
which packed in a certain way and it can come back to you?
exactly, that is where I was going. If they can actually bring it back to the source itself
Or
and then recycle it, rather than going and picking it up from the market and trying to prove to the government that you actually met your carbon emission or all that CSR reporting that you have to do, might as well use your own packaging. Oh wow, I think we should, the more policy changes needs to come in those spaces, I guess. Okay, so I'm really enjoying this conversation because it's a huge education for me today. Things which I had completely no idea about. So I'm really learning a lot. So thank you so much for enlightening me with this whole new world which I was completely unaware of. So moving on to the next question I have for you is cost optimization. Why is cost optimization critical in packaging, and how does it intersect with efforts to achieve sustainability? Could you share some best practices and strategies for reducing packaging cost while maintaining or enhancing environmental friendliness?
Cost optimization is are because what happened now, everything is going expensive. When you talk about the world economic condition in current scenario, the things are going beyond the limit, the cost of living going very high. So now if you want to use the same water bottle which is consuming almost 24 gram of plastic material, why can't you try to use the same bottle which can just have 18 gram of material or 16 gram of material, but it can handle the 1 liter of water. So now how you will convert that, that is something is technically proven and challenging also, because everybody don't have those kind of technology awareness and setup to do that. But now there are a lot of things happening, there are a lot of agencies are also working in this. They do a lot of development, and they can do some development in such a way so that you can reduce the plastic use, but the strength and mechanical property will remain same. So for example, if I am carrying 1 kg of material in a certain poly bag, if I want to use certain thickness of 70 micron or 75 micron, then I need to see that if I am trying to bring down to 50 micron, is it sustainable and is usable to carry that 1 kg weight or not? So those things are important, but technical requirement is also there. Somebody has to understand the technicality of the material. If
Yes.
he knows the proper recipe, he can do that. He can do that in a right way. So like LDP material, for example, it has a very good mechanical strength. It has
Okay.
good elasticity compared to the other material. Now, if you use LDP material with certain recipe, with certain chemicals formulation in it, what will happen? It will enhance the property of the material. Then, while you are trying to use 70 micron film, you can convert the 70 micron to 30 micron or 40 micron, and you can carry the same weight in that. So that is something the cost optimization chapter start from. And there you can see that it is not just one segment. I'm talking about flexible packaging, but on the other hand, rigid packaging also you can do that. PET bottle, as I said, we have done this one in the edible oil industry in India. So the bottle weight was 24 gram. We were carrying 1 liter edible oil in that. Later on, we introduced certain ribs in the bottle, and the same bottle, same strength, everything remains same, but the weight came down to 18 gram. We
Oh,
saved 6 gram of material. In that volume of production, where we were producing millions of water plastic bottle per month, and multiplied with 6 gram saving, that's a huge
that's a
material saving.
huge material. Yes.
Then the process also, because you are reducing the carbon footprint in the environment,
Yes.
the industrial use are also reducing. To produce those bottles, you should have certain energy requirement, so you are reducing those energy requirement as well, manpower requirement. There's so many things working together if you want to do that. So cost optimization is something is very important. Now somebody is using shrink sleeve, which is LDP shrink sleeve, and which hardly have thickness of 60 microns or 65 micron for carrying a 12 pack of the bottle of whether it's a soft drink bottle or something else. If you move from there to POF film, which is another process, but it's very important that it's something which we need to introduce in your system, because the transparency level is very high in POF compared to the LDP film. So that is
Okay.
advantage. The brand visibility will be more. Then thickness requirement. If you use a LDP film of 50 micron, POF you can use 19 micron also. You can use 30 micron also. So depending on your weight carrying capacity, you can use the right material, and you can cut down the cost of the packaging. So this is
Packaging.
something cost optimization is concerned. So similarly, it's like you have to do a sort of brainstorming when you are doing a certain thing in the manufacturing process. You need to understand what is the right element to introduce. You can cut down cost, not only the packaging, but you can cut down cost in the process also, if you understand the right recipe or right process of the technical controlling or technical reviewing of the things. So I think there are certain things which need to work on, and people are doing certain innovation in that. I have seen a lot of new things are coming in over the LinkedIn. I also have seen new posts are coming with those initiatives, but a lot more is still need to do. I think we are still 10 or 20% in that. Still
Wow.
80%
Anil, I'm
to work.
learning a lot about this packaging industry. Like you were talking about the oil containers, right? Even having those grooves actually
Yeah,
mattered a lot. I, as a common person, I don't think they even understand how the design of a bottle impacts. The how do you optimize cost, and it's a positive impact to the planet as well, right? And
yeah,
so I think I'm like trying to connect the dots, like how much of a thought process goes behind it. So again, I'm coming back to the same thing. There's so much of innovation possible in this space. Yeah, right. There's more to there, like you said. More and more startups are coming. More and more people around the world are aware of the changes they have to make. But I think in this space, there's so much of innovation that is yet to be, even how do I say, yet to come out because. How you started this podcast was every product in this world needs packaging. There's
packaging.
nothing that goes without packaging. Even humans need packaging. We all wear clothes, so packaging is there in everything. So how important it is, like I'm like thinking to myself, what are the day-to-day things that needs a lot of innovation. So thank you for enlightening me. My god, I'm really reflecting on that. Thank you. So I just want to ask about the leadership and industry trends, right? Since you've been in this industry for this long, um, I want to focus on leading change, right? Like as a leader in sustainable packaging and processing, how do you foster a culture of innovation and sustainability within teams and organizations you work with? Based on your vast experience, what emerging trends do you predict will shape the packaging industry over the next decade?
When we talk about the leadership, it is something to come up with the individual's skill set. It's like leaders are not born. It's like you understand the environment and you understand the culture, and then you adopt yourself according to the culture, and then you divert your team in that flow. If you
Mm-hmm.
are taking your team in a right direction, you will understand that what are the cream layer of your team members. You can bring them out, you can push them out, and you can take out lot of good thing from them. But if you are just trying to sabotage them, you don't give them opportunity to do something good in that, then you will not bring some good solution for your system. So as a leader, if you are trying to bring something good, you have to give them opportunity, you have to ask them that bring some new ideas, bring some new things. Every day there should be a new idea. Like there should be a target. Give me 5 new idea for today. Give me 10 new idea for tomorrow, like that. If we start those kind of initiative, what will happen? The team will get excitement. They will have something to work, and they will feel that my ideas will be rewarded. They will have something in their mind. So if you give them open platform to work, they will come up with lot of solution. And this is something to do with the sustainability as well. Because if you want some sustainable solution, what will happen? The new generation will come up with lot of solution. Who
Yes.
started doing this banana plant leaf to use in the carry bag? If somebody was there, some young generation, they started thinking like that. What should I do for environment? What should I do for that? Like that. So innovation come from the ideas. So without idea, you cannot execute anything, and you cannot bring any solution without having any idea. So leadership is very important, and you should be very coordinative, very polite, very friendly in terms of leader, and then you should understand the importance of your each and every team member. That's where your leadership is important. It doesn't mean that you are leader, so you just force them for doing something which is
Yeah.
whether it's important, or whether it's useful or not useful, like that. So there's something I feel that there are a lot of things need to do in terms of leadership. And in future, if we are talking about the packaging, definitely the industrial leaders, there are a lot of industrial leaders are there around the world. The industrial gurus are also there who understand well in terms of packaging. They have to come forward. They have to bring their knowledge and share with other people. It doesn't mean they have a lot of knowledge and they just kept with them. So it should be shared, it should be shared, and then it should be explored with other people. There might be some loops and holes which we can correct with the other source of knowledge, so we have to share our knowledge, we have to explore more things together with our knowledge. So I think those leaders has to come forward in terms of sustainability. So I think in not only in the next decade, but I think in next 5 years you can also feel that lot of changes will happen if people come forward like that. I think after COVID experience, people started learning a lot of good things. They understand the importance of each and every individuals in their system
System.
or whom they were dealing. Yeah. So slowly they will understand that if we handle things in that way, because now time has changed. You cannot have a stick and they drive something like that.
No,
Now you
things
should,
have completely changed.
yeah,
Yes,
you should have the patient. You should have the courage to hug somebody and ask certain help from them. You will see that he wanted to do something for one step, he will do 5 step extra for you. So
absolutely.
you
You're
have,
one.
you have to see that the right direction of the leadership is also very important in terms of the industrial development, in terms of the sustainability, or in terms of the environment challenges. So overall circular economy will also affect if the leadership goes in the right way, and
Yeah.
it will change the world.
Thank you so much, Anil, for bringing very key points about leadership, what it is to be a leader, right? You rightfully said the current generation, they don't believe in, having those kind of leaders where you're only exerting your power and asking them to do. Those kind of leadership will not work anymore. You need to ensure that you're acknowledging the work done by your team members, keep motivating them, and also challenge them to come up with new innovative ideas, which will also keep them motivated to constantly think and come up with new ideas, and they'll be incentivized also for all the innovative ideas they're bringing. So I think there's this fundamental thing between a leader and a manager difference, right? Leaders lead people, managers manage tasks.
And
So we should never interchange that. We start managing people, then it's chaos all over the place. We've got to lead them, give them the space to think and grow. And when they're growing, the company is also growing together because of the idea. So we need to have an open mindedness. And one thing you told about world leaders have to come together for solutions, which is absolutely true. There's so much wealth of knowledge in this universe, and different people have different ideas. Rather than just keeping it to themselves or hoarding their knowledge, they need to come out and say, it's an inclusive world. We all are here to live together. There is this only one home we have, this one planet. After that, we don't have a home. So might as well share and come up with unique solutions with all those ideas. But can you imagine the solutions we will, get to have a much more sustainable world? I think you rightfully said, it's time for us also to think, we all need to share our expertise and knowledge for a better world for us and also for the future generation. And you brought it back to circular economy. Of course, it all comes back to circular economy. So thank you for enlightening that as well, from leadership and how leaders around the world should come together. So the last question I have is on your personal insights and future vision. What initially drew you to focus on sustainability within the packaging industry, and how has your perspective evolved over time? As someone who has significantly contributed to the sustainable transformation of the packaging and processing industry, what is your vision for the future of these industries, and what steps do you believe are crucial to realizing this vision?
I think I believe in Vasudev Kutumbakam kind of concept. The whole world is one family, and we
Yes.
have to understand that. And it's a fact. We are just going away from the fact because we are just modernizing our surroundings, but we don't understand the impact, how it is affecting the environment, how it is affecting our society itself. So, in my own way, I feel that this is all was the learning what I have learned so far from my working or from my different conferences where I was participating as a speaker or like that. So I have learned a lot of things from the viewers, from the people who work together with me, the surrounding which I have been to. So I feel that definitely if you don't have a broader mindset, then you cannot come up with good ideas, good solution for anything. And even if you have a good solution or good idea, the idea cannot execute it without multiple cuts. There should be somebody in the team or in the surrounding who can review them, who can find the correct solution. You might feel that yourself were comfortable on that, but maybe that idea cannot execute in the right way if you put like that, put forward like that. So the thing is that it should go with a multiple cut. People surrounding you, they will review it, they will vet it, and then they will say, okay, Anil, now you can proceed with like that. So it's not the individual's work, it's like a teamwork. So
Yeah.
as an individual, I grown in such a way that I feel that if you are a team player, if you are working in an environment with the multiple stakeholder, definitely you are doing something good for the society and the people who are connected with those team member as well, whether they are family, whether they're friends or something. So it's not like a situation for a one person, it is situation for 11 people. So you
Yes.
have to understand that you are working for 11, not for one. So when you start thinking like that, then definitely you will have a capability to change the world. And this is something you are trying to do something your own. You're trying to have certain job and earning something, a source of income for you and your family, but what exactly you are returning back to your society is also important. Each and every individual has to think in that way. If you start thinking about your society, start thinking about returning something to the society. I'm not saying you give your 100% to the society. Put something at least. You count that on a per day basis, what amount of things you can give back to your society. I think that will change the world. So slowly people has to have those mindset, and I think if this thing start happening uh, across the globe, the generation will change and the future generation will realize that what our seniors, what our elders has done for the society. So we have to see, like saving the water, the wastage of water. Now people understand, the children understand, don't throw the chocolate wrapper on the floor. This
Yes.
awareness started coming. I have seen in India also, the children, they refuse to throw something on the ground because they realize that the initiative taken by Prime Minister Narendra Modi in India. So
Yes.
yeah, so those kind of things happening and growing in their mind, the small young child, if they start thinking such a way, then what about the grown people who are already grown, have good education around the world, and then they understand that the things what is right and what is wrong. So why don't they come forward and join hand together and work as a Vasudev Kutumbakam, and then the whole world become one family like that.
Wonderful. I like the way you packaged it, Vasudeva Kudumbakam, because we are all in this one world, irrespective of which part of the world we live, what race, religion, whatever, a background we are all are human beings. That is the fundamental thing. And we are all here for a limited period of time to enjoy this world. So we just want to make sure that we are enjoying this universe. She's abundant. She's giving us everything what we need, and leave this universe better than how we found her. That is all we
Correct.
can do. And so that our next generations can also experience everything that we experienced in this beautiful world. So I think that should be a collective consciousness thing in this world. Every human should consciously understand. We all are connected, interconnected. I think it is changing to what you rightfully said. The trend is there. The younger generation understands, and slowly there will be a tipping point, and we will definitely get there. So I'm really happy today. Thank you so much, Anil. So, as we bring our enlightening conversation to a close, I want to extend my heartfelt gratitude to you, Anil, for sharing your wealth of knowledge and insights with us today. Your dedication to pushing the boundaries of sustainable packaging and processing, alongside your visionary leadership in the field, is truly inspiring. It's clear that your work not only impacts the present, but is paving the way for a more sustainable future for all of us. To our listeners, thank you for joining us on this journey through the complex and crucial world of sustainability in packaging. Anil's experience and the innovative solutions he's championed remind us of the significant impact that thoughtful, dedicated efforts can have on our planet and society. Anil, before we part ways, is there any final thought or piece of advice you'd like to leave our audience with?
Thank you so much, Preetha, for the wonderful words. And I'm still young in this segment. I feel that there are a lot of things are happening around the world, and there are a lot of more people are there. You can interview them in future, and you can learn a lot of things from them, and you can share this knowledge with the world. But I feel that the world is going back to the our parents' generation kind of thing. I have seen my father used to go carrying a cloth bag to buy the vegetable or other things from the supermarket. He never had any carry bag bringing back from the supermarket or from any shops or like that. So why we are taking all those things? Why we are thinking in those way, which is already happened in our future? So we have to think in such a way. Why don't we start carrying those cloth bags and start buying things and carrying them to our house instead of having some sort of plastic waste and keeping them in our dustbin and then throwing them to the garbage bin like that. So I think those awareness is very important. We have to learn from our parents and grandparents, and then we will come up with certain solution, because now we have technology awareness. We have a lot of new things. AI is already there. Industry 4.0 already there. Industry 5.0 already coming there. So a lot of things are coming. Robotics also there. Why don't we think about all this technology and use them with those things which has happened in the past, because those past experiences also matter.
Yeah.
So we have to understand these things.
I think our forefathers actually has given us great valuable knowledge. We just have to go back and understand that and
Yes.
bring it back. Yes.
Correct.
Yeah. So thank you, Anil, for that profound message. And to our audience, we hope today's episode has provided you with new perspectives and encouraged you to think that the role each of us can play in supporting sustainable practices in our personal and professional lives. Let's continue to be curious, ask questions, and seek out ways to make a positive impact on our world. Don't forget to subscribe to Planet Forward with Preetha, Conversations for a Greener Future, for more inspiring discussions with leaders and innovators from around the globe. Together, let's move our planet forward. Thank you again, Anil, and to everyone listening. Until next time, keep pushing boundaries and championing sustainability.
Thank you, Preetha. Thank you so much.
Thank you for tuning in to the Planet Forward with Preetha, Conversations for a Greener Future. Together, we're exploring the innovations and stories that inspire us to think and act for a sustainable world. If you're inspired by today's conversation and want to be part of this journey toward a greener future, make sure to subscribe to our podcast on your favorite platform. By subscribing, you'll never miss an episode filled with groundbreaking ideas and actionable solutions. Let's continue to make a difference, one episode at a time. I'm Preetha, reminding you to make every day count for our planet. Until next time, keep moving the planet forward.